Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading over to the Wirral Peninsula, a place that feels like it's been frozen in time, where history, nature and old-fashioned charm all come together in one spot. I'm talking about Parkgate, a little gem on the banks of the River Dee, famous for its ice creams, sea views and some surprising connections to both history and wildlife. So let's dive in. Parkgate's story is really quite fascinating. Today when you stand on the parade and look out across the marshes towards North Wales, it's hard to imagine this was once a bustling port. Back in the 18th century, Parkgate was one of the most important embarkation points for ships sailing over to Ireland. Before Liverpool took over as the dominant port in the northwest, Parkgate was buzzing with passengers, cargo and mail packets making the crossing to Dublin. Famous figures pass through here, including Handel, the German composer. Legend has it he even performed in Parkgate while waiting for a ship. But perhaps the most striking reminder of its maritime past is just how different the coastline looked then. Instead of endless salt marshes stretching out in front of you, the sea lapped right up to the walls. Ships would pull in directly along the parade. But the sea had other plans. Over centuries, the River Dee silted up, leaving behind the marshland you see today. Gradually, Parkgate's shipping trend declined, and by the 19th century, the port had gone for good. Instead, Parkgate reinvented itself as a seaside resort, where wealthy Victorians came for fresh air, promenades, and of course those famous ice creams. So what's Parkgate like if you're visiting now? Well, it's essentially a one long street, the parade, with rows of Georgian and Victorian houses, many of them now pubs, restaurants and cafes. It has a distinctly old world feel, like stepping back in time. The absence of modern developments means it still feels like the 19th century resort it once was. The real draw though is the view across the Dee Estuary. On a clear day you can see the mountains of North Wales in the distance. In the evenings the sunsets here are absolutely spectacular, some of the best on the Wirral. And of course no trip is complete without a stop for ice cream. Parkgate is famous for its parlours, with Nicole's and the old Weldy World ice cream shop being particularly popular. It's been a tradition for generations to sit on the seawall, ice cream in hand, while watching the tide comes in, even though it never comes in. One of the most surprising aspects of Parkgate today is how it is important it is for wildlife. The silted up river estuary has created vast salt marshes that are now part of the RSPB Dee Estuary Nature Reserve, which makes Parkgate a hot spot for bird watchers. Depending on the season you can see everything from pink-footed geese and shelduck to short-eared owls and even hen harriers hunting over the marshes. One of the most dramatic sights is the so-called high tide birdwatch events. When the high tides push up over the marsh, small mammals like voles and mice are forced to come out of hiding, and suddenly you'll see raptors swooping in for the feast. It's nature at its rawest and draws birdwatchers from all over the country. So Parkgate isn't just about history and views, it's a living, breathing place where the natural world is consistently on display. So how do I sum up Parkgate? It's one of the places that really doesn't make sense until you go. A seaside town without a sea, a former port that's now famous for ice cream and bird watching. Its story is one of change, from a bustling harbour to forgotten marshland, to a peaceful retreat where history lingers in every building and nature thrives on the doorstep. If you're ever in the Wirral, Parkgate is definitely worth a visit. Come for the history, stay for the ice cream, and leave with a deeper appreciation of what this little unique corner of the northwest has to offer. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.